I'm the kind of person that shuts off the music to Parallel Park.
Right. Okay.
I did not raise my son to cook meat 1 degree at a time in a water circulator, okay?
That is too moist.
What do you think's more likely? We have more listeners that are grandparents or more listeners that know what the fuck you're talking about right now? Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond, an Is This Good companion pod where I catch up with my friend and yours, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Thanks for coming and producing the show. The internet says she was correct in telling me to get a carbon monoxide detector. Rachel Doyle.
Yay, a win for me.
Hey, where's your mic?
Yeah, where's it? Yeah, it's like we're not even hearing you.
There you go.
Say that again, because it was very incisive.
A win for me. I thought I was projecting. Clearly, I wasn't projecting enough.
Oh, you're
Shit.
projecting. I mean, I can hear you in the room, but I'm just,
Yeah.
Am I wrong in saying that we're all falling apart this morning?
This is, it's been a day.
At least you sound sexy with that husky voice of yours.
So you're saying I don't sound sexy normally?
Yeah, that is what she said.
Sexier. Is that better? Uh-huh.
Sorry, I don't have the voice of a Patrick Stewart, Rachel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but except for chaos.
Pure
and
chaos.
I've made a decision. I'm not weighing in on any more of your squabbles, your pre-show squabbles.
Fine.
But I got a cat that's been puking for 3 days, and I got a dog that peed on the floor today. My question for you is, am I going to immediately be more patient and sympathetic towards a child than I will be towards these animals?
Oh.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Because I suppose there's some people out there that maybe even listening going, no, I actually am more sympathetic to my dog because my dog loves me unconditionally.
Right. Yeah.
It might be good practice.
Your child will love you unconditionally, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. I might try a few different parenting styles on them. See what works.
Depending
See if
on
I
the
can work through all
situation.
4 attachment styles. I don't know how many attachment styles there are. But look, the dog. I'm not doing anything to the pets. Just to be clear.
Right.
My impatience is not showing in any antisocial ways.
Right.
But I'm just like, get the fuck out of there. Hey, eat your fucking food. When he's driving me up the fucking wall. No, he's deaf, so he can't even hear me.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it's just insane to me. And then the money, and then I got to take them to the vet again, to the cats. Like, been puking. Well, the cat really puked for 1 full day, but then has not come out of her spider hole for the last 2 days. So we are concerned that she is not hydrated in any way, shape, or form. But I don't understand them. I think that's my big barrier.
Right.
I've said this before, but I just don't understand what's going on in their head. And while a child, like a very young child, maybe they can't talk, but at least I know what a human is.
Right.
And I can make guesses as to where they're at in their development.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And also, keep in mind that you are coming into these animals' lives, I'm sorry to say, but at the end, and it's kind of the worst part. Like, you're entering the worst part. And a child, when it's born, also the worst part for the parent. Like, the first 6 months is just shitting, puking, hopefully sleeping, but not always sleeping, and so it's a rough. It's rough time.
And that's where they are at the end of their life. Not to go all Jerry Seinfeld, but the first birthday's a lot like your last birthday.
Yeah, true, but
good.
right. I mean, hopefully.
You need help blowing out the candles? You gotta get wheeled in there?
Right.
Come on!
Hopefully you're not there for the end of your child's life.
Oh,
Not to make it dark.
Oh, Jesus.
Too
Ever since
early.
you talked about finding a dead body in last show, you're getting dark.
That's going to be a new segment. It has, like, morbidity or something. Like,
How dark can we go?
Well, frankly, murder podcasts, do so well.
You're right.
Right?
Right.
So maybe we should need to bring a little bit of that energy into here.
Yeah.
Maybe, do you think you found a dead body once? Do you think you could find another one?
I mean, I could start looking. It's Atlanta. There's got to be some around somewhere.
Dead bodies everywhere.
Oy. Yeah.
You just need to patrol and looking for cars that are running. You need to go. I want you touching every garage door you pass by.
Right. That will make me the dead body because I'll probably get shot if I'm randomly walking up to people's garages
and rubbing
touching them.
Yeah, unless you find one with that's like three quarters closed with a pineapple in front of it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That's
But
invite
you know,
only.
you're saying like that I'm coming in on the back half of the pet's lives.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
the back, let's be honest, third.
Right.
Meh. And I didn't have time to see them when they were at their most vital and bond with them in that way.
Right.
It's like, and I'm sure this premise has been done in a movie, but like you find out you have a son and you're like, oh, well, I'll raise the kid. And then, you get a knock on the door and it's like an 18-year-old and he's smoking a cigarette
Right.
and he's like, fuck you. And then like, I'll be in the basement drinking beer.
Right. Exactly.
So that's what these pets are right now.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And I mean, I am with you 100%. With I get very frustrated with Cosmo. I'm that guy hurrying him up to poop or pee if I have him out for a walk, in front of my house. Which never happens anymore because we have a backyard now. But back when we were in the townhouse and we had to take him out and it was like chilly out or I just didn't want to be out there, I'd be like, come on! And he's a sniffer too. Like he'll just.
I mean, it's how they
worst.
make sense of the world, JD.
I know, but Hazel, she'll go out if she won't even go 2 feet and she'll just drop and squat.
Do you
And
believe because I once dated someone that claimed that they trained their dog with a word. So if they said the word to them while they were walking, then the dog would take a shit.
I mean, I have heard this, and we would usually say go pee, right? Like, all right, Cosmo, go pee. It never worked. I don't know.
No, he can hold on to shit for an entire walk. It has to be the perfect place to
Yeah.
dump that.
Yeah.
Where you're
To
getting winked
dump
at.
it.
You're getting winked at for miles.
Yeah, it's like percolating. It's like like a little mouse sticking its nose out and then coming right back in. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do know what you mean, actually.
I mean, how many times a day do you look at your dog's asshole?
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Really?
Look at. Why do you see the asshole?
Because you're walking with the dog and you're sort of judging, is it time? If your dog isn't particularly hairy and you can see the anus, then I'm constantly looking
Well,
at his
yeah.
anus.
Go back to talking about dead people. Jesus Christ.
Are we 4 millimeter dilation?
Yeah, you're
No.
looking for a dilation. You're looking for a crown.
JD's putting on the rubber gloves. He's getting in there
Yeah,
with a little measuring tape.
exactly right.
But they're Kroger bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is troublesome. The word, just remembering the word that she used was tofu.
Oh, interesting.
She would say tofu, tofu. The dog's name wasn't Tofu, to be clear.
Yeah.
She'd be walking the dog, and then she'd go tofu, tofu, and the dog would take a shit.
So she thinks tofu is shit kind of thing, or?
It's probably something to say other than, hey, go shit, dog. Like,
Yeah,
in public.
yeah.
Like, tofu.
Tofu.
It's
Now,
dainty.
what if there was a dog named Tofu? Very confusing.
Very confusing.
Well, anything that you'd like to complain about your morning going on in there, or?
I mean, nothing's really specifically happened to me, but there's been some drama. Skeets' car wouldn't start this morning. I did have a couple of technical snafus on the.
Yeah,
other
but when
show.
have you ever not like fired up the equipment and then it just all works?
A couple
Or does it only break when Rachel's running it?
No. It's,
I have that touch.
she's back down to 2 buttons, so we should be good.
You know what? Start training me, motherfucker. That's all I have to say.
Well, after I called the last episode the 3rd button, we've downgraded to 2. I thought this episode was gonna be called the 4th button.
Nope.
Yeah.
The 4th button is the clitoris.
He's not going
Good
to touch
luck
that if he doesn't
finding
start
it.
training me.
Well, if anyone, she should know where it is, JD. If she doesn't know where it is, I don't know where it is on that board.
I've got that button mastered. Thank you very
Okay.
much. No training required. You brought it up.
I'm laughing in my head because there's an arcade here called Button Mash. That's
right next to the restaurant Bean Flick.
Ew.
It's a vegan store.
Yeah, vegan.
I do not like when you call the clitoris a bean. I do not like it. I'm saying it now. Ick.
It's a little bean-like, isn't it?
Hey, when you go to Chicago and you see that big metallic thing, come on, what's the first thing you think of?
You're not gonna miss that spot. I tell you what.
You just flick it, it's going clink, 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 like an empty Coke bottle.
It's the clitoris of the Midwest. That's how they should subtitle it.
It's a big tourist attraction.
That's why they had to make it so big. Otherwise, no one would be able to find it. Okay. I forgot to ask you last time because you went to Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. You went to Trey's house.
Yes.
And as we discussed on the episode with Skeets and Trey, it's not normally like this. As I said, it's the kindest thing you can do for your hosts. You walk in, you say it's not normally like this because they've moved around tables and couches to accommodate all these extra people.
Right.
And someone that hasn't been there might not know and then might leave thinking that they don't understand the basic tenets of interior design.
Right.
So I want to know, did their place look... Well, you've never been there, so did anyone say that it wasn't normally like that? And how was the dinner?
First question... I did ask Trey, so is it normally like this?
Because it was your first time. Yeah.
And he said, actually, it kind of is. I think that the dining room table was in its usual spot, and I think they just added like an additional supplemental table to accommodate everybody. So there was an extension to the table, a couple extra chairs, some folding chairs.
Now, did they try to make it look like it was part of the original table?
Yeah,
did they do that trick where you put one long tablecloth over it?
There were two separate tablecloths, if I remember correctly. But it looked great. It looked like a very well put together dinner. It felt like we were all at the same table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cohesive. Very
wow,
cohesive.
That's the highest honor you can give someone. Not that the turkey was moist, but just that even though we are technically at three different tables, it felt like one table.
Oh,
no height difference.
Oh, well, there was a little height difference, but
Okay. Well,
the turkey was so good.
Yeah.
Trey did an amazing job. He cut it all up in pieces and then cooked
smart.
it that way. It was fantastic.
Did he confit it?
He dry
did he cook it
brined
in a juice?
I don't.
Wine?
I don't think
stock?
so. He dry brined it, so.
That's what the kids are doing now. They're confitting, right? Have you heard your sons talking about confitting?
Not yet. No.
Oh, they're not that age yet, but they will.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln's heard of it or at least read about it.
I sure hope so.
Look, you go into your teenage son's bedroom, you find everything a little wet and soaked. What's your first thought?
Confit.
He's confitting.
Yes.
He's confitting.
Yeah.
Are you confitting in there again, son? Don't come in!
I'm slowly cooking things in fat
That's what all those
and moisture
socks are lying around.
Look, it's time to talk to your kids about confitting. And look, by the time they're 13, they've sautéed. Okay, we know that.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
They've braised, but they're getting into confitting, and I think you should talk to them about it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
As long as he's not sous videing in there, that's a line that I'm not willing to cross.
I did not raise my son to cook meat 1 degree at a time in a water circulator. Okay.
That is too moist.
Yes.
Okay. You raised your kids better than that. Okay, they're cooking the old way: combustion, fire.
That's right.
Maillard. Okay.
That's right.
You're so old school.
Exactly.
I know.
The dinner was incredible. I have to say, every aspect of it was great. So.
Okay. Did you go around the table?
No, we didn't.
What?
No.
No.
You know what? It was a little chaotic actually because there were how many kids were there? Like young kids under 5. There were, I want to say four kids under 5, like two kids like 2 years old, like Graydon's kids, twins. I think they're 2, right?
Right.
And it was chaos, and I've realized at this dinner that I've become the old man who is completely now oblivious to the kids. Like I'm able to block them out, and I'm just like sitting there eating my dinner. There's a toddler literally falling out of her chair next to me, and I don't even flinch. I don't help her up. I'm just like, this mac and cheese is delicious.
No, but she was tough. You don't need
tough.
to help her up. She was a fucking trooper.
Exactly.
She fell out of
Right.
that chair 2 times, and like the chair completely flipped over, and she was just like, "All right,
Hold
that's
on.
good."
2 times? Isn't that a fool me once situation? After the first time, shouldn't the parents check the structural integrity of that thing?
I think they were just like, "She's got this."
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you're right. She does.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's got this.
Yeah, she was totally fine. They did swap out the chair though, wisely.
Oh, so it was a different chair.
It was a folding chair. I think that was the trouble.
Yeah.
know,
I mean, folding. It's in the name.
Yeah.
Now, I thought because couldn't it go the other way where you're sort of so locked in on parenting, like not bothered but locked in, so that the kid falls off the thing and you just reach your arm out and grab its ankle. You know what I mean?
That used
While
to be
still
me.
eating with your left hand.
That used to be me with other people's kids, just because it was still with me, the sort of
The muscle
like,
memory.
Yeah, the whole being aware. But now I'm like,
You're in not my problem mode.
And it'll come back when I'm a grandparent. It'll come back, I'm sure. Like all that stuff is going
interesting.
to come back, I think. But right now, it's just like it's a cacophony around me, and I don't even register. Like I'm just looking right at Nora. We're talking cult documentaries, and there's children screaming all around us, and I don't even notice them.
It was awesome though.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to be around that
so
kind of
fun.
energy for sure.
Rachel, same. Do you feel the same way, or are you still part of your body is saying, "I want a little one again"?
No, I'm past that phase. We got a second dog because of that. I'm now at the, grandchildren are right around the corner. So I'm good.
Right around the corner. I mean, it could be.
I'm
it could be
hoping.
tomorrow. It could be tomorrow.
There's a chance.
But it could also be in 12 years.
I hope it's in 10 to
Or
12.
if you're like me in 20 some odd years.
Yeah, but
I can wait for it.
I'm at the age where I'm like, I'd be fine with it.
Like fine with it today?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Although we'd probably end up raising it, so maybe not.
Yeah, they got to finish school first.
Yeah, let
I don't
them
want
finish
that
college.
full-time grandparenting in.
Yeah.
See, I remember listening to podcasts when I was younger, and then like some of the hosts would be older, or they would, they'd have kids, and then they'd talk about their kids, and I'd be like, all right, who cares?
Yeah.
Now, as I'm aging into that, I'm like, okay, it's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I've ever heard a podcast host talk about grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, we've hit
So that's like a whole new level.
new
that we
level
could
of
hit.
boring.
Here we go.
Like, how many of our listeners have grandkids? That's an interesting question. Remember we used to talk about Grandma Lana.
Yeah.
Not No Dunks, not the starters, in the Basketball Jones days. So we're
Yeah.
talking like 2010. Our biggest fan was a grandmother, a Grandma Lana.
Yeah.
And we used to be like, is this a put on? Is this a fake account? But no, it was real.
Yeah.
And we thought, man, if we're grandparents doing the show, we might as well just end it right there. And we said, we cranked up My Generation, and as Roger Daltrey said, hope I die before I get old. We said, yeah, man, leave a
That's
good
right.
corpse.
That's all right.
Now we're old.
Yeah. Well, I'm older than you, but you got a ways to go.
Hey, speaking of being older than me, you're a Facebook memory, a great one.
Yeah.
Thank God for this, okay? Because it kicked in again today. What was the last one we talked about? Oh, going to the
Larry Flint's
Hustler Club.
Yes.
Checked in. Jason Doyle and Matt Austin have checked in at Larry Flint's Hustler Club. Jason Doyle checked in at Karaoke Duet 48.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
12 years ago. So, whatever the year is now, minus 12.
Yeah.
2011, I guess you could say.
2011,
So I don't know. This was like in Midtown Manhattan, 2nd and 48, and I believe this is on the tour. We were doing a live show near there, so it checks out. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, Karaoke Duet 48, I don't know. And then the memories came flooding back to me. This was a particularly messy karaoke night.
It was.
We're on this tour. We're sick of each other. We're going nuts. It was near, so this would be end of November. The strike ended, I think, at the end of November, beginning December.
It did, yeah. While we were in Miami, which was, I think, the previous stop. So the strike was over, or the lockout was over.
Oh, okay. So then we're like, all right, we're just got to go to Boston, and then this thing will be over. Mm-hmm. We just did a show with Adrian Wojnarowski and Amir Blumenfeld.
Yeah.
And
met Jason Concepcion for the first time that night. That was a really fun night, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the basketball glitterati was out to support
Yeah.
the old Basketball Jones guys. And then we went to this karaoke place.
Yep.
Your friend Derek Karkner was in town. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyways, I have videos of this from like a shitty old, I don't know, I've honestly could have been a BlackBerry at that point.
Might have been a flip.
Yeah, could have been a flipper. Some shitty videos, but I remember Tass was particularly insane this night. Like, we're just, goblin demon mode, like, bringing, like, 15 beers at a time.
Yeah.
Like, drink. Someone goes out to get more. There's probably shots happening. And my one indelible memory is Lee puts on Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Well, gotta sing Gaga. Well, JD, gotta sing Gaga.
Yeah.
And in the there's that like breakdown part. I should have listened to it before, but it's like work it back to like it's like staccato.
Yeah.
And just for some reason I turned the camera on Tass. Like Lee's giving it his all, dancing in front. Tass is just sitting down. I think he's holding like a there's like a floor fan in the room that for some reason he's cradling in his arm.
Full on Gary.
And he's full on Gary, and he's just shaking his head and going like, work that bitch, but like he's so angry, and his eyes look like demonic. I'll try to find that video and post it. I'm sure Tass always loves it when I send that one.
Oh,
out.
that sounds amazing.
That's great.
But I guess what I was thinking, like, hearkening back to it. So it's 12 years ago, so I would have been 30. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I was still able to just go demon mode.
Yes.
And just be drunk to past the point where you lose control of your faculties, you lose memories of the night. And I can't get there anymore. But I was thinking that you must have been my age now.
Yeah.
And what a thrill and a joy to have us to keep you young. And that you could still participate in this level of binge drinking.
Oh my, he still binge
dare
drinks.
you?
Like
I thought I was going to get a thank you, but you're shaking your head.
I'm offended.
Matt, he binge drinks as still. On the last trip home, he was binge
What last
drinking.
trip home? Oh, on the airplane?
Well, no, with his mother. They had a good time.
Call it binge drinking.
Okay.
You're at a birthday party.
Oh, no. Yes, absolutely.
What the hell?
Yeah.
But I okay, binge drink. Sure, I have whatever, 3-4 beers in a night. I guess that's not really binge
I'm sorry,
drinking, is
no,
it?
that's nothing.
No, by the law. Like if you went to see your doctor, they'd be like, that's binge drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I'm just talking about that kind of drunk where you're like, you wake up and you're like, I'm not 100% sure how we got home last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess I don't like being in that space anymore.
No.
It wasn't you guys keeping me there. Like, I would have been like that anyways. I would have been like that if my mom was there.
Yeah.
So,
He and his
Then it
mother.
would have been all ABBA all night.
He and his mother like to be the last one to leave the room because they don't want to miss anything.
that's right.
They
we don't want
wanna-
anyone talking about us.
They want. That's their strategy.
They don't want anyone talking about how drunk we've gotten this evening, therefore we have to be the last people here.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's why they have to have their tolerance up so that they can outlast everyone else.
Okay, well, I apologize.
We had that night. We had a rando woman with us, remember? And she kept skipping songs. She got a hold of the remote. Do you remember that?
Never let a newbie.
That's so annoying.
And she would just decide, like, arbitrarily, nope, we're not singing this one. and I think we all turned on her at one point, like,
Yeah,
and
that's
like wrenched it out of her hands.
not cool.
We said, if it's in the queue, it's in the queue for a reason.
That's right.
How dare you?
You know what's also funny about that woman is it was a great example of how, like, when you work with your friends, you do end up forming, like, a bit of a gang.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I think the thing that makes a difference working in an office setting with like 4 people that you were friends with before, is every single person at that office will have a nickname. Like, not a mean nickname because you dislike them or anything, just a nickname that you only refer to them as that nickname. This woman, we met her once, we didn't know her name, and she was wearing she was tall and she was wearing a hat. Guess what? We only call her still to this day, Tall Hattie.
That's right.
Her name is Tall Hattie. And it was still like, if we see a tall woman walk by with a hat, someone will go, hey, there's a Tall Hattie.
Jason, you remember that woman at the pickleball clinic who told everyone to here, I'm going to give myself a nickname. Call me Bun Bun.
Yeah.
To the whole group, and they're like, what? Bun Bun.
Did she explain why?
She didn't.
She had a bun on her head.
Yeah, she did have a bun on her head.
Like we're talking a Kaiser or a Hawaiian roll?
I didn't taste it. There's a few hairs in it.
Well, we know, Rachel, from the basketball world, having worked in it so long, that one thing the experts, your Skeetses, your Tasses, your Trays, will say is you cannot give yourself a nickname.
Right?
Exactly right.
That's the rule.
Especially
like
Bun Bun.
DeAndre Ayton gave himself the nickname, oh shit, was it Dominatin'?
Oh.
Yeah.
That didn't stick then. No.
Which is just a dumb nickname.
Yeah.
But anyways, you can't give yourself a nickname. It
No.
has to be bestowed upon you. So I assume you did not call her Bun Buns.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
I didn't really interact with her, but I was formulating a bit because she said this while they were doing attendance. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I feel
Attendance?
Because it's like we were it was the first time we were playing pickleball. And they were like going down there was like 24 people there, and she was just making sure, who's here, blah, 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 blah. And she was close to the top, and she hadn't gotten to me yet. And I, as a bit, in front of 23 strangers and Rachel, because this woman was like, you know what? My name is Jessica, but call me Bun Bun, please. You know, like pretty serious about it. Like, my name is actually Bun Bun. So I was going to say, I actually go by Bun Bun too. What are the odds? You know, like.
I don't know why you didn't. That would have been.
It would have been very funny for me,
I would
and
have
probably
laughed.
Rachel. But like these are just like, you know, a bunch of randos. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you probably also had to do like flashback to when you were in grade school, and they said, "Terrence, is Terrence here?" And then you say, "I go by Jason."
That's
I go
right.
by Jason."
That's right.
Okay, Terrence. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, Terrence. T-Bone. T-Bone.
T-bone.
Anyway, so that was it was fun memories of that night and Tall Hattie, and shout out to you wherever you are, Tall Hattie. See, we mean no offense.
No, not at all.
No.
No.
There's a guy we used to work with named Cute Steve. We only call him Cute Steve. No, that's nice.
That's
We're
a
saying
nice
he's cute.
nickname.
Or chicken sandwich. I still can't believe you guys nickname one of your coworkers chicken sandwich.
Oh,
We
yeah,
actually-
we did name him Chicken Sandwich.
And
And he
chicken
loved
sandwich, he loved it. We actually called that to his face. Like, I have to actually stop and think of what his actual name is. Sometimes.
And you call him Chicky
Chicky, yeah.
Chicky San.
Chicky San. We know a guy named NASCAR.
Yeah, there was a guy named NASCAR at work. We didn't give him that nickname, but
No.
Chicken Sandwich was probably our most effective. That crossed over from the
Yeah.
four of us into the regular lexicon. And now that I'm saying, I wonder. It's been 4 years since we were there. I wonder if, and he's still there at Turner. I wonder if people still call him Chicken Sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually had lunch with him. I ran into him in the airport a year ago.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had lunch with him. It was great. Guess what he ordered?
Stop.
A chicken sandwich.
Of course.
Not a Verasano's.
Not a Verasano.
Does he say, please call me chicken sandwich when he introduces himself to a new group?
I don't think so.
No, to a new group, but no. I highly doubt it. But I wonder if he's still Chicken Sandwich.
Yeah.
We'll do that research. We'll report back to you. Another exciting thing I wanted to tell you, JD, is I don't have a Facebook memory to, memorialize this, but I remember sometime around this time last year, had Skeets or someone on the podcast, and we were talking about Spotify Wrapped, and they were saying like, oh, well, we'll only like reshare the ones that have no dunks as number one on their Spotify Wrapped podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'd share a number 5. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But of course, we're not on any because we hadn't even been around for a full year then.
Right.
And they were like, oh, you'll get some next year. And I was like, you know what? I'm not sure we will because we're doing one episode per week. It goes by like minutes listened to. I just don't know if we have the tonnage to
Right.
get onto anyone's top 5.
Right.
Now we added this second show, The Great Beyond.
Yeah.
Doing 2 of them this week. Some say it's better than the regular show.
Oh, some say.
Who minded? And if you like them, that doesn't offend me.
No. Doesn't offend me.
Just like me and Jason and Rachel. And lo and behold, I wake up this morning to some alerts that we are on people's top 5.
Nice.
Is this good?
That's great. I actually
we did it.
I saw a couple, and it was a thrill for me as well because No Dunks is on there, and Is This Good? So that's 2.
Well, there was one where No Dunks was 1,
Yeah.
and Is This Good was number 2.
Wow.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, am I upset about that? That
No.
I'm not doing as well as the people I used to work with? No, I'm happy to be. I just want one of them to say that it must have been cold there in my shadow.
Matt, we're still riding the wave of you producing the show. Like, this is still you. This is
that's true.
It's just crested, and I think it might be starting to peter out. But there's the Is This Good wave right behind it that you are also propelling. So
yeah, and they're five shows a week, so I can't compete with that.
No, it's hard. It's hard.
But so we were number 2 on one list, 5 on a few others. Okay, still retweeted.
I'll take
and then we had a 4, and then and I was like, we need a 3 and a 1 to complete the cycle. We got a 3, and I was like, no way we're gonna get a 1.
Right.
As I said on Instagram, you have to love our podcast and hate every other podcast for us to be number 1. But just as we were about to start recording, someone texted me one where we're number 1. So I'm going to post that after. We did it, JD.
Woo.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
It's exciting.
So did you do your Spotify Wrapped?
Well, here's the thing. I don't have Spotify.
Oh, you don't have Spotify? So you're an Apple Music man?
Yes.
Or are you just CDs and tapes and 8 tracks?
I'm a vinyl man all the way. Got one in the trunk of my car. No, yeah, I'm an Apple Music guy. Apple Podcasts. I don't know. I feel like I should make the switch. Every time I see this Spotify Wrapped, it's very effective marketing because I'm like, God damn, I wish I had one of these that I could post and share.
How has Apple not just stolen it, frankly?
I know.
Like, no one would care. Because, it's like, that's the story of the tech world, right? Like, Snapchat has stories. Instagram goes, oh, well, now we have stories.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, Apple, just take it. It's right there.
Yeah.
You have the technology.
Yeah. Here's it. Apple, at the risk of, getting buried or the algorithm not...
They're not listening.
They're not listening. They're not very good at it. They're not... If you like, as a podcast creator, you go like deep into the back door of, they had their subscriber thing that we had to do for The Athletic. And it was so complicated just to post a show. You had to post a WAV file that was then converted by them. And it was almost like going in and doing code.
Wait, how long ago was this?
A couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then Megaphone fixed it all. Hey, we're talking
No, well,
industry terms here.
this was in addition to Megaphone because they had this initiative where they wanted to do like subscriber only on Apple, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is still a thing, but we haven't been.
They're
doing
moving
it.
away from exclusives.
Yeah.
They want to open it up. They realize they're losing some audience tonnage when they just make it exclusive to Spotify.
Totally. So, anyways, but yeah, Spotify. I got nothing against Spotify. I think I like the interface better.
Shout out to our Swedish family.
Yeah,
we love it. I'll tell you why. There's certain things I don't like about it. Like I think Apple Music, which is also what I'm on, is way better integrated into Apple CarPlay.
Yes.
And Siri commands.
Right.
And then you can build a library in Apple Music, which I like because I don't like the feeling of going onto Spotify is you open the app and you're like, it's like your first time there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, you have to think about what to listen to. Whereas on Apple Music, it's kind of like building an old like iTunes collection. Kind of. Now, Spotify is superior in recommendation and playlists. Building a playlist is so much easier on Spotify. So my girlfriend had a family plan, or Jill had a family plan. Yeah. I can just say her name now. People know who she is.
Yeah, everyone knows.
And so I do have Spotify, mainly using it for making playlists and using their playlists. So I had like 6,000 minutes of listening in the entire year, which is not very much.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
So
what's number one?
I did do my Spotify Wrapped, but it's like it's weird, but maybe it's not that weird. So number one artist is the Chicks, a.k.a. the Dixie Chicks.
Wow.
Oh.
Well,
Why?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, just please.
Oh,
continue.
well, I was just going to say, because there is like a Dixie Chicks playlist that I listen to often in the car with Jill, because she's a big Chicks fan. She turned me on to them a while ago. We saw them in concert. And it's just an easy kind of like thing that is inoffensive and we'll both agree on. So if we're just getting in the car and I don't want to make a decision, we're listening to the Chicks.
Honestly, bangers.
We're ready to
though,
run.
right? I love.
We're taking the long way round.
Yeah.
Cowboys taking me away. All the classics.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Jeff Rosenstock on there, who's like I like, but it's not really one of my favorite artists. But
Never
he's like
heard
sort
of-
of
never heard
punk, whatever, a little bit of ska. Anyways, there's a playlist I listen to there. The Replacements, because I made Jill a Replacements playlist this year, so I was listening to some of their stuff there. The Walkmen, because I just saw them and I made a Walkman playlist in there of songs that I want to refresh my memory because I hadn't been listening to them in a while. And Silver Jews, again, they have a playlist on there. But now we go to top songs, and it's just all like old man dude rocks here, because I had a like outdoor sort of like pool. I don't have a pool. Just general easy listening playlist. Dirty Work, Steely Dan is my top song on Spotify. And then My Sweet Lord, and then I Saw the Light by Todd Rundgren. So
My
it's
Sweet
like it's
Lord.
kind of pathetic, but what are you gonna do?
Wow, that's good. I mean, I know that if I had a Spotify top 5 songs, it would be the number one song easily would be "Guilty" by Barbra Streisand and Barry Gibb.
Oh,
Like,
beautiful song.
yeah, like
And that's one that you and your mom can agree on when you're hammered at 2 a.m.
goddamn right.
You do the
fire up-
duet. You do
Yeah, we do the duet. It's a little weird,
like-
It's about forbidden love in the streets, the darkened streets.
Ew. Of Bowmanville.
Oh, well, it's like, then that ends, you're like 14 beers deep, your mother's like, all right, put on the Kenny and the Dolly. The islands are in the stream.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if she knows it, but another wonderful duet for you and your mom? Maybe Shallow from Star is Born.
Yeah.
And then maybe
of
Picture,
course,
Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow.
I was going to say Beauty and the Beast. But
okay, yeah.
there's that.
Whatever she's into.
Yeah, it's her selection. Yeah. Another one would be went on a real Black Crowes kick this year.
Oh, you see, I know that is in Major Dude's rock catalog,
Yeah.
but I can't with the Counting Crows. A different story. I like my crows counting, not black. Okay. I mean, I don't care what color they are. They could be brown, yellow, purple crows.
Yeah, Southern Harmony Musical
Not a problem with me.
Companion is just such one of my favorite albums of all time.
Isn't there a big one with Shake Your Moneymaker or?
That was the first. I think that was their first sort of breakout album with Hard to Handles on that.
Yeah. And
which
She
is
Talks to Angels.
Yeah, and Jealous. What is it? Jealous again. That one. Anyway, but yeah. So probably the rest of the 4 songs would be from that album. That and Guilty. That's it. Rachel, you got a top 5 you've been listening to?
Yeah, top 5 theoretical Spotify.
Well, I mean, the top. Yeah, I have songs that I annoy the shit out of anyone riding in the car with me. Like, I normally just have the radio on, but when I do fire it up to make everyone hate me, it's been Almond Grove by Cracker. That song.
Oh my God, Cracker!
I know this.
But like Cracker,
It's
is
the most
fine, but
depressing song.
it's just so boring, Matt. Do you know that song? Almond Grove? Like it's like
I don't know that song. I know some Cracker music,
It's
mostly
about-
from being on like 90s soundtracks.
Yeah,
They had a song on the
exactly.
Clueless soundtrack.
It's about death, and it's just so sad. I don't know why I like
but
it
it's
so
so
much.
lame. It's just like
It's not. It's great.
anyways. It's fine.
And okay, just have respect for me. Wrecking Ball.
Banger.
Okay,
that's a
that's a
banger.
great song.
You're
Banger.
fine. You're fine there.
Oh God.
and speaking of Dolly Parton, she covers that on her new album
Does she?
Rockstar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, I'm not saying that rendition is not good, but just I clicked through it and was like, I don't know why this was necessary. I mean, she did it apparently because she felt uncomfortable being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I
Right.
don't know why. Like,
Yeah, why would you?
She
there's
did it
like
with Miley Cyrus.
rappers
No?
in there. So,
Was Miley
and I'm not saying
on
that's
it?
wrong. I'm just saying if a rapper can go in, you can go in, Dolly.
Yeah.
But was Miley on the song with Dolly or no?
I think so.
I think she is.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a duet.
cool.
There's like Paul McCartney's on the album. It's weird.
Yeah, she's got, she does that
I mean, she's a
sometimes.
legend. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's not worth. What's your Sirius station, Rachel?
Oh, I just go through the decades. 90s, 70s, or 90s, 80s. I just back and
So
forth.
70s, 80s, 90s.
A
And
regular
the
time
2000s.
traveler. What is this, Doctor
Right?
Who?
But wait, one more song that
Yeah,
I've been
sure.
going through, and you probably know this artist, Canadian Alicia Carr. The "Scars to Your Beautiful" song. She's from Brampton. I don't know.
Is that new? I haven't.
No, it's not.
It's old.
But it's
You've
Alicia
heard it
Carr.
for sure. Scars, you're beautiful, beautiful. I don't know. That's
I
not.
don't
What
know.
a-
I thought you were gonna say Alana Miles, and then I was gonna say,
oh,
Ooh, I hate
give me a little bit of that Black Velvet.
Ooh, I hate that. That's that old Much Music VJ. He wrote all those songs.
which one?
Christopher Ward.
Really?
I think so. Let me check that.
Let me look this up
Let
for
me look this up.
the
This trivia
one
will
person
never
that cares
come
about
up.
this. Hey, what do you think? What do you think's more likely? We have more listeners that are grandparents, or more listeners that know what the fuck you're talking about right now?
Oh God, I did a real brag on Discord about my bringing home craft dinner from Canada.
Yeah.
I realized that was really lame. But anyway, I was wondering what food you miss from Canada that you ever bring back. Do you ever?
Oh, first of all, the Discord is going wild right now. They're pitting women against each other. Okay. How come we can't talk about one woman without tearing down another? All right, we had Jill on the Patreon episode. Some people said we're very complimentary, and then some people were like, "Oh, you should add her to the show." Okay, and then other people were like, "Yeah, I like Rachel more." And then other people are like, "Well, I do like Rachel, but then she told a story about putting nuts in her vagina." Did you see this comment?
No.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Okay. Someone said. Again, I'm Team Rachel. First of all, no one is asking you to go onto teams.
Right?
Right. So it says, I'm Team Rachel, but she had a head start. Bit of an unfair advantage. And then someone replied to that. Someone, I mean, I know who it is, but I guess I'm not saying it to protect their anonymity, said, yeah, I'm with you there. I love her vibe on The Great Beyond, except when she said, quote, I'm surprised you even tried to shove them into me when JD was talking about shoving peanuts into Reese's peanut butter cups. Even as a dry, sarcastic, liberal Scandinavian, that sentence was too much for me. The image of somebody shoving peanuts into a vagina is now burnt into my mind.
You've crossed the Rubicon.
I have scarred.
Now, because this person pays us $5 a month, I can't say anything about him. He has carte blanche to insult your wife and my girlfriend.
Hey,
and that's
listen.
just the way the internet is.
Well, talking about stuffing food in a vagina, it's going to put some people off, I'd say.
I guess.
Yeah,
I think it's
well.
the peanuts part of it.
It's
just,
okay. It's
Because he's allergic to peanuts.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, my vagina's like a kindergarten class. It's nut free. Don't worry, people.
Well, hopefully it's not nut free. All right, a little bit of housekeeping. Again, we want your Is This Good grievances. So this is something you've complained about this year. Send it in to us. We'll do like a Festivus-themed episode, and JD and I will adjudicate your grievances and see whether we can pile on and agree with you or say, hey, you gotta fucking loosen up, man. So if you want to support the show, we just talked about our Discord. You get access to that by going to patreon.com/isthisgood. You get ad-free episodes. You get the Discord. You get one free episode every month that no one else gets. For instance, the last one was with Jill. Mm-hmm. And it's super fun. So go do that. Send me emails at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. And we have our live stream tonight, JD.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Doubling down.
Yeah.
Is this good today? Is Rachel going to come? Did she come for the last one?
She was on the last one, yeah.
She was on the last
Are
one.
you coming to the next one, Rachel?
Is it what
Good.
night of the week is it?
It's tonight, Thursday night.
Thursday.
Because tonight is Thursday. Okay. I will be back after 8. What time does it start?
It starts at 8:30
8:30,
p.m.
perfect.
Eastern time.
All right, I'll still be sweaty from all the pickleballing.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Here's another tip, Rachel. Ask what time it starts before you say what time you're coming home. That way you could say, not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, exactly.
You did it backwards.
What? It was fun. I liked it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
great.
it's good. It's fun.
Great, you're right.
And when you join the Discord, by the way, Rachel will wave to you no matter what. She waves to literally everybody as they enter the Discord. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll be right there. I just have to wave to this person who just came into the Discord. Boom.
Well, I mean, they've got some cute little graphics that pop up and animate.
Yeah,
Why can't I
yes.
enjoy a nice little wave?
You're right.
You can.
You're right.
Find joy wherever you can in this troubled world. All right. Also find joy by sending me an email at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Need some topics. Give me some topics. I want the topics. Of course, subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I haven't checked to see if we're at 400 reviews yet, JD. Do you think we are?
Yeah, I think that people came through for us.
You think the Spotify Wrapped has pushed us over the edge?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there is an easy way to answer this, and that's for me to look.
Yeah, just look.
Oh my God, 398. Oh, if you're not watching, JD had his hands so close together, ready to clap, and then he had to. Oh. All right, we're looking for 2 heroes. Get us to 400.
Yes, please.
So we had some leftover AMA questions that we'll get to, but I actually had a settle this that I want to give you that Nora, who you had Thanksgiving dinner with, sent me. I don't know if she sent this to you too.
She did.
It was a tweet from @QuakerRaina. All right, so settle this. Your wife has been kidnapped and is being held in a location 30 minutes away. You're driving to rescue her.
Okay.
It's a warm night and your windows are down. Do you listen to music on the drive there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, no.
The soundtrack to Taken. That's what I'm going to listen to.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're going to psych yourself up. So,
Yeah.
Right. I guess if you were secretly involved in your wife's kidnapping, just to get her out of the house a bit, you could also listen to Guilty by Barbra Streisand
Yes.
and Barry Gibb. My only quibble is, like, your wife's been kidnapped, being held 30 minutes away. You're driving to rescue her.
Right.
Like, what does she mean by that? Have I paid the ransom and she's on the bridge, her hands are zip tied behind her, and I've got the Filson bag filled with unmarked 20s.
Right.
And we're about to do the exchange? Or does this mean like I'm, like Liam Neeson style, going in guns blazing?
Doing battle. I mean, rescue is the latter to me. It's like I'm going in, I'm going to kick ass, take names, and rescue my wife.
Okay, in that case, then yes. I'm listening to, like, fucking pump up music.
Yeah. Like,
But if it's just to do the drop, the exchange, no. Because I'm just focused.
you're just going to be okay. Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
It's
go over it in your head over and over again. Like,
Yeah,
this
like
is
if
what's
you
gonna
saw,
happen.
did you see The Killer?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like it?
I did like it, actually.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Look at us. We never
Hey.
say we like things.
No,
Hey.
it was really good.
But you know how it was a thing in that movie that he constantly had to look at his watch? This isn't a spoiler. Just to get his heart rate down. He had to look at his heart rate on his Apple Watch just to make sure he was breathing properly. Because he had to, take a shot out of a long-range rifle. Mm-hmm. So if you're going in guns a-blazing, you kind of want to snort a line of cocaine and listen to... I don't know.
Rage
Van
Against the
Halen was the-
Machine.
like Rage
Yeah.
Against the Machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you need to just be calm and have your wits about you and do the drop, I think no music.
Okay. What about just calming music, like Enya?
Well, you know what? Ironically, in a movie, you know how they do the thing where they'll play like the Enya, like no da 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 da, as like John Wick is slow mo jumping across, boom boom boom, like shooting
Yeah.
12 dudes in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what I would do. I'm the kind of person that shuts off the music to Parallel Park.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Or like gets to the location, is like looking for the address, gotta turn the music down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
what you think.
the idea
Yep.
that I'd be listening to music is a little bit much for me to
For sure.
believe. Rachel, if JD was kidnapped, music or not?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of getting pumped up for it. Like you said, I don't know, like the action movie, or oh my god, the The music in Jesus. Why am I thinking of the Bruce
Don't be so
Willis
hard on
Christmas
yourself.
movie?
Die Hard?
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard, yeah, like that's what's happening. I'm like totally loaded up with guns and
What's
going.
it's the Ode to Joy in that one.
Oh,
That's actually a good underrated pump up music is Ode to Joy for sure. I
Ode to Joy is which one is that? Is that
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
that's a good one.
that's great. I would have thought it would have been Wrecking Ball. I'm coming like a wrecking ball.
or
You know?
Roar.
Yeah, or Roar.
Oh, Roar.
Yeah.
Is you're driving rescue, JD? So you had a bad day. Okay, let's get to some AMA questions here.
Okay.
C-Jack's All In on Discord asked, what was Rachel's reaction to JD saying, hey, I got a job, but it's in Atlanta? So I guess this one's for you, Rachel.
Okay. I think I'm a pretty impulsive person, which is a problem a lot of the time. So there was zero even thinking about it. It was like, yes, let's go. There was no
Okay,
like.
so we're talking 2013 in Toronto. This is 2 years after JD had gotten too drunk at a karaoke bar in New York. Did he try to like?
Wait a minute.
Did he slow play it? Like,
hold on, just back up for
what?
a second.
Okay, what?
I was not too drunk. Maybe you were too drunk.
Yeah, I was too drunk.
We were all very drunk.
Was he firing cab drivers? Because that's when I know he's too drunk. He'll get into a cab and be like, they'll do the tiniest thing and be like, pull over, you're fired. Then I know he's had too much.
I'm so the opposite. I'm like, get me. I mean, you could be reversing this car the whole way home. I don't care. Just get me there.
No. I'd fire your ass.
No.
So that means that in your regular life, you want to basically get out of every cab you're in, but when the alcohol depresses your nervous system and you're more impulsive,
Yeah.
that's when your true cab self comes out.
Yeah, but this is back in the day of there was no Uber.
Yeah.
It was just cabs, and there was a lot of infractions. Speaking, talking on a cell phone.
Especially in New York.
Yeah, it's so that you don't have to put up with it, especially when you're in New York, because there's another cab right behind you, or you could just get on the subway. So
you would be on like it would take you 3 cabs to get home sometimes?
Sometimes.
We had his mother with us one night, and he's like, okay, that's it, pull over. And the 3 of us had to get out. I'm like, oh my God. And,
I hadn't even been drinking then.
oh, please.
Hey, my mother asked him to get off the phone, and he didn't. He ignored my mother.
Oh, your mother. That's ballsy. I don't know if I've
it's
ever done that.
we're not putting up with that.
They're cut from the same cloth.
So
Wow,
and
this is really amazing. to
And
me.
it was half price getting home because I didn't pay him. We were halfway there. Got another cab. Only had to pay the second half of the cab.
Have you ever been kicked out, like made a request, like, excuse me, sir, would you mind getting off the phone? We're just not comfortable with you talking and driving at the same time. And they've been like, get out!
I think that happened. Yeah, that does sound familiar.
We got fired as passengers?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I was. You're making me sound like I'm a belligerent person.
Well, you know how Tass has his Gary alter ego. You have your, what is it, gin or scotch alter ego that is Gary, or not Gary, Mick.
Mick, yeah. Whatever, Vicky.
Shut up.
Okay. Again, not getting involved.
Do you have an alter ego name, Matt?
Bun Bun? No, we you can't give it to yourself.
Okay.
Skeet says Cuban Pete.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great one. And that's very.
And that might have been
applicable.
it was definitely in New York because I gave it to him.
Oh,
And,
you did it.
Was it in New
We
York?
were walking him down the street. I forget where we were going.
I think that
and
was.
he just puked and kept walking. Like,
That was it. I think that was Portland, actually. But
Wow.
Skeetzel.
no, it was in New York. That was in New
it?
York. It was
Okay.
after that. I think it was after that trip.
Was it Blocks
Anyways.
and Balls or something? Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry to derail the question, Rachel.
Sorry.
You were saying you didn't flinch, and we moved to Atlanta. I guess that's the end of it.
Well,
really.
yeah, I mean, I moved to Toronto with my best friend when we were 18. We were just like, okay, let's get out of here from our small town. And yeah, so I'm used to kind of doing that.
And you killed a guy and drove off a cliff?
Good times, good times. No job, no money, just like, let's just get out of here.
So JD, knowing that Rachel's impulsive like that, I would guess that some husbands might like slow play it a bit and be like, so, we had this meeting and, work's currently going okay, but I think in the future we'd be much better off if blah, blah, blah. Or did you just come home and be like, well, got a job in Atlanta?
I mean, basically, yeah. Yeah. Because, there was sort of a slow burn on it because we went down, months before to basically pitch them. So it was in the works for sure. And she was fine with it. What have you done, Rachel? I can see the Zoom meeting on Matt. There.
What?
Yeah, there's a little Zoom framing
touching
around me now.
the mouse, I guess.
Oh, what did I do?
Stop flicking that bean, Rachel.
Stop flicking the bean.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
See? Look. See,
I
it
know,
was
but
good.
look at
now
the bottom
is there.
Oh, shit.
Just
Very
don't touch
unprofessional.
it. If you don't touch it, it'll disappear.
Now everyone knows that I'm not in the same room as you.
Okay,
You shouldn't have things near that I can
touching
fiddle
them.
with.
Don't touch.
I'll just start
you have a problem-
masturbating if I can't do this. Is that what you want?
If you, Jesus Christ, if you have a problem fiddling with knobs, the role of producer is not for you. You are surrounded by more knobs than any other profession.
Self-control.
Yeah.
Self-control.
You're like Homer at the nuclear power plant, okay? Like, just eat a donut and use your listening skills. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, okay? Listen twice as much.
That sounds like something you're going to say to your firstborn.
Oh, I say it to the dogs all the time, practicing.
Cute.
How many then? So you say you're impulsive. You were right away like, all right, sure, different country, 2 kids, new schools, no family, whatever. We don't care. Let's go.
Yeah.
How long when you moved to Atlanta did it take you to be like, okay, I don't think I made a horrible mistake?
Oh, we're still working on that.
Still figuring that shit out. I guess it helps now that we all have green cards and,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 9 years.
Okay, so that means that if you're so impulsive that if JD said, hey, we're moving back to Toronto, you'd be like, okay.
Probably.
Yeah. If it was back to Toronto, you wouldn't hesitate. But if I said, oh, we're moving to LA.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably, if Matt was there, of course, then
Yeah.
Matt's a
Well,
different
he's
story.
there. Matt
Yeah.
LeBlanc. No, I'm just trying to think of a famous Matt.
Well, thank God you didn't say Matthew
I know.
Perry.
I was like, wait, which one died? Oh, yeah, Matt. Anyways.
Yeah, which one died? Oh, God. Well...
You can take
What a
me
show.
anywhere, but you can't take me anywhere.
Okay,
So-
well then let's end on this question. Jar asked, "What's on your bucket list of places to visit?" So not move to, but visit. I'll start by just saying Japan.
Yeah, Sam.
Gotta
Wow.
go. And now that I'm on the West Coast, I'd say one downside of living here is Europe seems like so far away,
Yeah.
and frankly, it is far away. I haven't been to Europe since I moved here. Oh God, listen to me. I haven't been to Europe since I
Haven't been to the continent since 2020.
And I just heard you say Anne Frank Lee. I'm like, oh.
Okay, go to Amsterdam.
Hey, Anne Frank
I have
House,
been
by
to
the
the Anne
way,
Frank
we
House.
were there. We were there at Christmas. Booked solid for 3 or 4 weeks before we got there. We couldn't even go in.
People like to be
We
depressed
couldn't go to.
at Christmas.
Not
Oh,
depressed.
it's really good.
It's actually very
It's
good.
interesting.
I've
That
been
must be a
once.
new thing where you can't. I don't remember signing up for it.
Yeah.
In fact, I was. That's a long
on.
story.
Okay. I'll tell it.
Nah, it's just just the short story is we did shrooms with
That's a
Some
good
people-
story, Matt.
some people that host No Dunks, and one of those people had a very bad reaction. This is the
yeah.
night before.
Yeah.
Had a very bad reaction to it. So I was sort of in the position of like sort of anxiety at 10, like we just got to get through like minute by minute. This night, you gotta help this person get through this night. That person eventually went to sleep, woke up the next morning, was like, fresh morning air, here we go. But because like wasn't allowed to be like freaked out the night before, because that would have freaked the person out even more.
Right.
I woke up the next morning and I did not feel good, and then it was like, oh shit, we got to go to the Anne Frank house right now.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, but maybe it was very good, very affecting.
Yeah.
Museum.
But
Much
I
recommended.
can't even imagine how much it affected you post night of shrooms. Like,
I was fine. I didn't do a
bad
lot because
timing.
once it started going bad, we were like, all right, let's just relax on these things.
and book a tour.
Turns out they could alter your mind. Who knew that?
But you weren't.
And
you weren't
it was the
still
classic
high.
thing of the wet mushrooms are legal there. So then it's like you're eating like a whole shiitake,
Yeah.
and whereas like maybe you're used to like the dried stuff, and you're like, I don't know how this is going to translate. Be careful.
Yeah.
That's all.
And Frank House, highly recommend. But we couldn't take the kids because it was booked solid. And that's the new reality in Europe, by the way, Matt. I think that might be
The new normal.
the new normal. I think it's from COVID times. But
Yeah.
we had to book literally everywhere in advance. So the Louvre.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Or is it good? Because if you do book, then you don't have to wait in line?
No, there's fucking still, like when we went to the Louvre, we had like, I don't know, it took us an hour to get in still, but I don't know, like it was still packed. It was like if we had just shown up. So I don't know. We couldn't go to the Van Gogh Museum. It was sold out.
Did you go? What did you do in Amsterdam then? No Van Gogh, no Anne Frank?
Hookers and blow. That's it.
Yeah, well, and shrooms.
We did have a nice trot through the red light district, and the boys were like, "I cannot believe you are making us do this." And we're like, "It is
It's called culture.
First time for everything, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you their friends were impressed with the story. So
Yeah. All right, Japan. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Japan's closer. That's all I was getting to.
No, yeah.
Haven't been to Europe since, what was it, 2017?
Wow.
That's okay.
It still holds up. It holds
Yeah,
up.
it's still good. Still there.
Still there. But yeah, I have the exact same answer, Matt. Japan.
So let's go together then.
Let's do it.
When you move to LA, you'll realize how much closer it is.
nice.
All right. Cool.
What about you, Rachel? What's your number one bucket list?
Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I also feel guilty all the time about never having been to the west coast of Canada. So, I mean, it's beautiful. I also feel like I'm missing out, but Japan definitely. But the west coast of Canada feels like something. You haven't been to the west coast, have you, Jason?
No.
Yeah.
You're saying shop local.
Well, no, I'm not even trying to say that. I just feel like, am I Canadian if I haven't been past Ontario?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, you haven't been past Ontario?
Not
That's
west of
pretty bad.
Ontario.
Okay, that's so you've not only the west coast, but the plains.
But you've been to L.A.
Yeah, I just mean of Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. I went once, but I had a terrible experience actually. So I should go back. It was the trip where my mom broke her back skiing, so and had to be heli lifted from Whistler to Vancouver. So that wasn't great. That's why you should always ski in Europe. Am I right?
I saw not a viral video, but a video basically outlining how much cheaper it is to ski in Europe than it is.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Well,
Maybe it is. I don't know. I stopped skiing, but hey, I've never skied in Europe. I'll make an exception.
I will too.
Someone takes me to Europe, to the Matterhorn.
Absolutely.
I'll be there. And they're always like, oh, it's so amazing because you can, one day you take the chairlift in Switzerland, then you ski into Italy, and then now you're in Austria. I don't know. So I was doing accent combined of all three.
I liked it.
You know
So
what?
I'll
Though?
do that. Says, hey, send us to Europe.
Who are you
I don't know
asking
who I'm
to
talking
send
to.
us?
The tourism board. The same people that are paying Lee Ellis to play basketball.
Right.
Send us.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
No Turkish Airlines, though. We won't be flying Turkish Airlines.
Oh,
We
circling back real quick to the Killer. Did you read Vince Mancini's review of The Killer?
Former Is This Good guest, Vince
Yeah.
Mancini. No, I did not.
He calls Michael Fassbender Michael F. Assbender. I mean, it was a chef's kiss. I LOL'd on my couch reading. He's a great writer. Check out Vince Mancini's Substack. That's it.
Funny you should say that because someone tweeted for the Spotify Wrapped, like tagged me in being like, oh, thanks to Is This Good for having Vince Mancini on. And then they had Vince Mancini's podcast as their number one most listened to podcast. I was like, damn, that's like, what's that like when you introduce your girlfriend to one of your friends and then she starts going out with him instead?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, as long as they're
all right.
happy together, that's the main
Oh
thing.
God, there's just every time I see them, it's just a dagger through the heart, but at the same time, just love is love, you know.
Yep.
All right, listen to next week's show. That's coming out Monday, December 4th. The guest will be Megan Gailey. I'm very excited for this. She's a big stand-up. She's been on The Tonight Show. She got her own podcast that's big with, why am I blanking on his name? Tall guy, Kristen Schall's comedy partner. Do you know it?
Is it not Jonah Ray?
No, it's not Jonah Ray. God,
know.
this is so embarrassing. Why did I even say? I didn't need to say it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to cut this out, aren't I?
No, it's fine. We'll ask her.
What's his name?
There's plenty of time for me to look it up. Oh, you want me to look it up?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay,
can't
I'll
just-
tell you. We don't cut things out of the great beyond, JD. That's just a rule.
No.
Kurt Braunohler.
Oh,
Kurt Braunohler. He's so tall. He's
Brown
Why didn't I know
Owler?
a Braunohler.
Oh no, it sounds like brown owl.
I know. I have to say, who's talking, please? But now I got hell in the.
We should have ended this podcast
caught
5
some
minutes
hell.
ago.
Just
Anyways, the other thing about Megan is she is the wife of CJ Toledano, who's also been on the show. So I'm going to go back. I'm pretty sure that he talked about work wives. We talked about work wives on his episode.
100%.
So now, and he said he thought they were good. So now I can ask Megan what she thinks of her husband saying that.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's going to like it.
But she was his work wife, and now she's his
Oh,
wife.
yeah, that's true. That is how they met. Anyways, we'll get into it on Monday with Megan Gailey. Email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. This was JD and Matt and Rachel. Where are you? And Rachel, reaching out from the great beyond.
See
Sorry
ya.
we didn't get to the 4th button, but we'll see you next week.